Bulavinaka, my name is Litia and I'm from the beautiful island of Laos and I love listening to Today FM. Today FM rocks.
My name is Casey, I'm from Tabua. We love Today FM in Tabua. Today FM rocks.
My name is Selina, I'm from Tavenga Vengamba. I love listening to Today FM. Today FM rocks.
Pula, my name is Carlo. I love listening to the music in Today FM, in Malak Island. Today FM rock.
Today's hit music on Today FM.
In the news tonight, political parties must practice transparency, says AG. Monster teacher found guilty of rape. And normal service continues at Lautoka Hospital following fire.
From the studios of FBC Suva, Jackie Smith.
Political parties must have their accounts audited and published to ensure transparency is being practiced at all times. This was highlighted by Attorney General Ayaz Said Qayyum during an anti-corruption workshop in Suva yesterday, where young people shared their ideas on how to tackle corruption. Kelly Vadala reports.
Attorney General Ayaz Said Qayyum says it's mandatory for political parties to give Fijians a fair idea of how much funds they receive, where these funds have come from and how they spend it.
No company in Fiji can now, as the law stands since 2013, can donate even a single cent to a political party. And we believe companies should not donate money to political parties. Why should a company donate money to a political party unless they want something in return? And secondly, now because only natural persons or individuals can donate funding to political parties, it cannot be more than $10,000 in a year.
Said Qayyum says corruption must be addressed in a tangible manner.
And if you do not actually uproot it, get rid of it from political parties, then of course you will inculcate a culture that if should those political parties come into government, then they will of course perpetuate. They will perpetuate that culture of non-accountability.
Youths from Fiji and the Pacific were given an opportunity to voice their opinions on corruption through art, group discussions and by interacting with the AG.
Youth know how to reach out to other youth, how to reach out to other people and to transfer important messages that are relevant for fight against corruption and integrity, which is one of the most important elements in preventing corruption.
The Attorney General says it's important to involve the youths in such activities as more than 60% of the Fijian population is under the age of 40 and they hold the future of our country. Kelly Vadala, FBC News.
Meanwhile, the Attorney General also highlighted how social media users spark rumours without any verification. Said Qayyum says people often write certain posts or comments without any actual fact or truth to it. He says Fijians need to be careful with whatever information they receive, hear or write.
There are a lot of people who are making comments on comments without actually verifying the facts. And frankly, you can actually verify those facts very, very easily. So please, I think if you want to create and if you're serious about addressing issues, you need to be able to address these issues in a factual manner. You need to be able to tackle the issues that we do face in a manner that is transparent, in a manner that is not reliant upon rumors.
A former Class 4 primary school teacher in Asinu has been found guilty of rape and sexual assault charges. Today, 3 assessors and High Court Judge Justice Alesi Temo found the man guilty of the sexual offences against school children. Ana Ravulo with this report.
While giving his judgment this afternoon, Judge Justice Alesi Temo said he agreed entirely with the assessor's verdict and found the 35-year-old man guilty of all 13 charges. Justice Temo said he found the testimony of all 9 complainants credible and believes that they were telling the truth. In his closing statement, Defence Counsel Aman Ravindra Singh asked the court to take into account the fact that the man is married with a 7-year-old daughter. He will be sentenced for 4 counts of rape and 9 counts of sexual assault of students. The incidents occurred from 2010 to 2012. The former teacher has been remanded and will be sentenced at 12 p.m. tomorrow. Ana Ravulo, FBC News.
Staff at the Lautoka Hospital are making every effort to maintain services following yesterday's fire. A team from the Health Ministry head office is working alongside the management to ensure there are adequate essential supplies. Additional oxygen cylinders and associated equipment have been transferred from Suva to replace the pipe supply, which is currently unavailable. Negotiations are underway to arrange alternative X-ray services as well. Special outpatient services are expected to begin operating from tomorrow for patients with appointments. General outpatient services will remain suspended until further notice, and patients are urged to go to nearby health centres. A special 24-hour telephone helpline, 6230-700, has been set up for any queries. The Registrar of Political Parties, Mohammed Saneem, has this afternoon refused the application for registration by the proposed Zionist Party. Saneem outlined that following the verification of members' exercise, it was found that the application failed to meet the required numbers for Central and Western divisions. The application only had 1,880 members out of the required 2,000 for Central and 1,633 members out of the required 1,750 for the Western Division. Saneem further stated the constitution of the proposed party also did not meet the minimum requirements as per the Political Parties Act 2013. Still to come, Fiji Airways resumes Nandi-Japan service, and census results due end of month. Stay with us.
Moala radada ranavika o tikongona taunu singatoka ando talitaka na wakaronga ng Bula FM number 2 na sere.
Ya dora chubuli kurnambili. Ibora ni batukara hambara binaranga. Do talitakina na wakaronga ng Bula FM number 2 na sere. Bula!
Bula FM number 2 na sere.
Fiji Airways today announced the launch of direct flights between Nandi and Tokyo, Japan. The announcement was made this afternoon by Minister for Civil Aviation Ayaz Said Kayum. The direct flight services will expand Fiji Airways' network across Asia to leverage the growing demand for Fiji as a holiday destination. The 3 times weekly flights make Fiji and the South Pacific more accessible to Japanese tourists than ever before.
For a country where we have in excess of nearly over 1/3 of our GDP being dependent on tourism, we need to ensure we have a strong national carrier. In particular, when we're an island state. In particular, when over 90%, if not more, of those people who come and visit us come by aeroplane.
Pleased to note that Japanese travelers are some of the most discerning in the world. We also, as Fiji, want to capitalize on the high interest of the outbound travelers from Japan. There's an estimated 13.4 million Japanese residents already traveling this year to date.
And we now cross live to our West reporter Felipe Naikaso, who will tell us a bit more about the reintroduction of the flights to Japan.
Yes, Jackie, flights to Fiji to Nandi have been officially announced by Fiji Airways and the Attorney General Ayaz Said Kayum. The flights from to Japan will start on the 3rd of July next year. The new 9-hour flights will operate from Nandi International Airport to Narita International Airport. Each week, flights will be scheduled for Tuesday, Friday, Sunday, offering over 80,000 seats per year. Fiji Airways will also get their 5th A330-200 aircraft to cater for this new service. The Fiji Airways CEO also says that the 3 times weekly flights to make Fiji and the South Pacific more accessible to tourists than ever before. The flights have also been designed to ensure guests get the most time here in Fiji. The flight from Narita arrives into Nandi in the morning with convenient domestic connections to Fiji Link, which also flies them to major tourist spots like Savu-Savu and Taveuni, and even boat transfers to the Mamanuthas and Yasawas. This also opens a direct gateway between Fiji and the most populated metropolitan area in the world. Jackie.
Thanks so much for that, Felipe. The Bureau of Statistics is expected to release the official results of the 2017 census by the end of this month. Bureau Senior Statistician Emily Soderberg says they currently are working through the data and compiling the final analysis. Maggie Boyle reports.
The Bureau of Statistics is skipping preliminary findings and expects to release a full analysis in the next 3 weeks.
We have been able to collect the number of households that we have in Fiji, as well as the total population. We'll be able to break them down by age, sex, by sector as well.
However, before they get to that, they're dotting their I's and crossing their T's.
Some households needed to be revisited because some information went missing. So some officers actually went out to the field to actually collect the information that were missing. At times we actually call up people based on the information that we received during the enumeration process, just to verify a few things.
And with the upcoming campaign trail to the 2018 general election, some of the census information will be critical for politicians.
There are numbers that most of these political parties will be interested in, especially when they're reaching out to.
Meanwhile, the Census Commissioner, Epeli Wangavonovono, is expected to call a presser to announce the official findings, as well as use social media to distribute the information. Maggie Boyle, FBC News.
A decisive call for greater collaboration across the Asia-Pacific region on climate change, water resource management and economic growth for a more sustainable future was made at the Responsible Business Forum held in Singapore last week. All stakeholders have been urged to accelerate their sustainable development efforts to overcome global challenges. Meanwhile, the United Nations Development Programme's first non-human innovation champion for Asia and Pacific was also introduced at the forum. The partnership between Sophia and Hanson Robotics is aimed at setting up an innovation centre in Bangkok. The centre is being designed to develop powerful programs to address persistent development challenges such as global poverty, inequality and discrimination.
So tell us what you think you can do for us.
We are the technology that can unlock innovation and make for a better world. Experts who work with us say we can help in putting an end to wars, diseases, clean up the environment, and so much more.
9 contestants will be vying for the Miss Pacific Islands pageant crown, which starts today. The contestants arrived into the country over the weekend and were hosted to a dinner last night by Minister for Local Government Praveen Bala. The organisers of the pageant are confident this year's event will be a success. The hospitality shown by Fiji has also been praised.
We had this pageant in 2009 in Suva, and it is a similar setup we're going to have over here. So in 2009 there was a lot of people that who came to Suva to watch that pageant, and we are hoping we could do the same over here.
We're having a really great time. The organizing committee are very well organized. Ever since we've arrived here, the ladies have been well looked after. I mean, it actually sets the scene of the place where happiness finds you.
It's that time of the year when we have everyone indulging in the Christmas cheer. And just like previous years, My Suva Park will be a hype of activities from tomorrow when the Vodafone Christmas in the Park gets underway. Chief Marketing Officer Rajneesh Prasad says the Fijians will get to see the lighting up of the tree, and there will also be entertainment and good food.
There will be a lot of entertainment. We'll be bringing new groups for entertainment as well. A lot of setup for food and other things as well. A lot of gifts, giveaways for the people. So we urge everyone to come in numbers for the launch event that is here, right here at My Suva Park at 6:30 p.m. tomorrow.
Ahead in sports with Jamie, Lautoka football expects tough clash against Wellington, but up next is Rachel with business.
Jackie, good evening, and coming up in business tonight. FNPF announced new digital payments platform for voluntary contributions. And in Growing Fiji, new supermarket for Nambula residents. Stay with us.
I'm another of Nayabu whenever I want to tune in to listen to great music, I always tune in to my favorite radio station, Gold FM, only the classic.
My name is Lita. We love listening to Gold FM here at the Fiji Hideaway Resort and Spa. Gold FM, only the classic hits.
We're here at Tano Waterfront, Lautoka. Love listening to Gold FM, only the classic hits.
Gold FM, only the classic hits.
In Business Tonight, voluntary contributions to the Fiji National Provident Fund can now be done through Vodafone's M-Pesa platform. This after the two companies signed an agreement to boost voluntary contributions. This initiative is aimed at making the process seamless through the comfort of your phone.
You have your own businesses to run. You don't want to go through the inconvenience of coming to FNPF or going to the post office or any other place where you could pay. We need to bring the services to your door.
And the cost of this service initially will be free of charge to you, so you are paying, you are not charged any fee for doing it. We will obviously review it after three months how things are performing, but we want to make this service a free service to you so that you continue to save without any cost to you.
And we now join Sharon from HFC Bank with the latest from the money market.
Thank you. Let's look at some of the major releases affecting the global economy. The Reserve Bank of Australia yesterday kept its benchmark interest rate unchanged at 1.5% at their last gathering for the year. During the day, Australia released its GDP data for the third quarter. It came at 0.6% against the expected 0.7%. The yearly reading registered 2.8% versus 3% expected. Overnight, the United States released its trade balance for October. The trade deficit came out at $48.7 billion as imports surged 1.6%, while exports were basically flat. Later tonight, the European Central Bank will release its non-monetary policy meetings minute. The US will be releasing its non-farm productivity for the third quarter, and we will also hear the interest rate decision announced by the Bank of Canada. So some exciting news to look out for, and we'll see how it affects the respective currencies in days ahead. That's all for now.
Thanks, Sharon. Looking at today's current exchange rate set each morning for the Fijian dollar. Overnight, the Fijian dollar rose against all the foreign currencies on our list except New Zealand dollar, where it dropped slightly. As for the commodities market, oil prices were fairly steady at $57.37 a barrel. Gold was down to close at $1,264 an ounce, and silver dipped slightly to close at $16.08 an ounce. And in growing Fiji tonight, people living in and around Nambour outside Suva now have another choice of grocery shopping after the opening of Charanjit Singh supermarket today. The group has invested around $3 million in this project, which aims to provide competition in the supermarket industry. The Charanjit Singh Group is not new to the supermarket industry.
We had a supermarket sometimes in 2005 in Suva, in the same building, which was an old building of the late Bajpayi's. That's when we opened our supermarket, and we ran for several years.
Singh says the new supermarket is convenient for customers and provides competitive prices.
It's got a very spacious supermarket. It's air conditioned. It's got a huge variety of items on the shelves, and we'll give a very good service to our customers, just as we give it Lambasa.
This investment has provided jobs for more locals.
It has 65 full-time workers, and of course we'll have about 15 casuals. And then we have the ground floor, which has 15 shops, and each shop has an average of about 4 staffs. So there's 60 staff there.
And it's very convenient, and very clean, and things are cheap.
It's very cheap, and it's the price a little bit. I like the prices.
Very convenient car park and everything.
The group, which has another supermarket in Lambasa, plans to open other similar stores in other parts of Suva. And that's your business news this evening. Now to sports, here's Jamie with the latest.
Thanks, Rachel, and good evening. Up ahead in sports, Team Fiji trail PNG on mini-games medal tally. And Lautoka football gears up for 2-match friendly against Wellington. This and more after the break.
मैं प्रमिला वायरुकू रेकी
जैकी से सुबह मेरी आँख खुलती है तो मैं मिर्ची FM सुनती हूँ। मिर्ची FM is number 1. It's so hot.
हम लोग बार टाउन के कैरियर ड्राइवर लोगों ने हम लोग के मिर्ची FM सुनो अच्छा लगे। मिर्ची FM is hot.
हाय, मैं संध्या नारिया रेफ्रिकी से मेरे सारे दोस्त मिर्ची FM सुनते हैं। मिर्ची FM is hot. I love मिर्ची FM.
हमें स्पिन तक ताबुआ के मिर्ची FM में सबसे अच्छा गाना बजे।
Mirchi FM, it's hot.
Fiji bagged 3 more bronze medals today to trail Papua New Guinea in the 2017 Pacific Mini Games medal tally on day 5 of the Games. Looking at the latest medal tally, PNG tops the standings with 12 gold medals, followed by Fiji with 3 gold, 3 silver and 9 bronze. Solomon Islands is in 3rd place with 3 gold, while Samoa rounds up the top 4 with 3 gold and 3 silver. Weightlifter Tevita Tawai won 2 bronze medals for Team Fiji at the Pacific Mini Games in Vanuatu today. Tawai, who competed in the 77 kilogram category, lifted a total of 165 kilograms in the clean and jerk to finish 3rd and placed 3rd overall with a lift of 275 kilograms. Philip Ta'ua of Papua New Guinea won gold in the same category with a total of 299 kilograms overall. Meanwhile, Apollonia Vaivai is tipped to bag more medals for Fiji in the women's 69 kilogram category, currently underway. The Tuvalu men's football team created the biggest upset in yesterday's competition at the Pacific Mini Games in Vanuatu. The underdogs of Pacific football managed to beat powerhouse New Caledonia 2-1. It took Tuvalu only 15 minutes to find the net before scoring its second goal in the 69th minute. New Caledonia was lucky enough to score their lone goal in the 76th minute of the match. In day 2 of the team's tennis competition, the Fiji men's pair beat Pacific powerhouse New Caledonia for the first time in almost 20 years. William O'Connell and Conway Begg of Fiji won the first set 6-1 and the last set 6-4, while New Caledonia took the second set 6-2. Meanwhile, the Fiji women's pair lost to New Caledonia by 3 sets. Coach Robert Cross says while the men's win is historic for the team, they're keeping their heads low and taking each game as it comes. The New Zealand men's team failed to reach any of the cup finals of the World 7 Series last year. So despite last weekend's final loss to South Africa in Dubai, things are looking up for the All Black Sevens. There's renewed confidence in the side as they turn their focus to Cape Town this weekend. Despite being without some senior players, Lautoka Football says it will make full use of its 2-match friendly series against New Zealand club Team Wellington this weekend. Both teams are taking the opportunity to test its combinations ahead of the OFC Champions League in February. Mili Tavanga has more.
These Lautoka players are excited to be taking on elite opposition as it will bring in numerous benefits for the locals.
Lautoka got a chance because we got good boys here. We are gelling very well, and all these matches we're going to play is our preparation for the Oli.
The Blues have set out a warning to the visitors that they will not be taking the friendly games lightly, as the intention is to claim the scalp of the Kiwis.
We're doing 2 sessions, like day and afternoon, so we are ready for this match. We're going to give them a good match also.
Despite missing a number of players who are away with the national side for the mini games, it is a chance for the other squad members to prove their worth.
It is a good opportunity for them to show what they got in absence of the Fiji team boys, and it's a big tough ahead of them.
The first game kicks off at 7:30 p.m. Friday at Lautoka's Churchill Park, and they will then play again at 3 p.m. Sunday at the same venue. Meli Tavanga, FBC Sports.
The AFL Nauru Stars will make a determined effort to defend the Oceania Cup this week. The Nauru team has held the cup for 2 years and is expected to make the tournament a tough one for anyone trying to claim the title. Luciana Tangidakimbao reports.
Despite winning the last Oceania Cup competition, the Nauru Stars know what it will take to keep the title. Team manager Jackson Jeremiah says they are expecting it to be a tough game.
Expecting a challenge, big challenge from Fiji to take the title, but we're looking forward to defend the title.
Nauru Stars player Keith Kosam says they are aware of Fiji's preparation, but they will play for their country and do their best.
Good game, and it's not going to be easy for us because we have been trained and they have been trained. We're going to get the cup, they're going to get the cup for our families, for our nation.
Meanwhile, the Oceania Cup is underway at Albert Park and will end next Thursday. Luciana Tangedakimbao, FBC Sports.
Today's play of the day comes from the Champions League, where Manchester United were down 1-0, then scored 2 goals in the space of 66 seconds to beat CSKA Moscow 2-1 this morning. Romelu Lukaku volleyed in just his second goal since September for the 64th minute equalizer before strike partner Marcus Rashford drove home an angle winner to complete the comeback. That's it from Sports Tonight. To join Angie later on with weather. And in the world of the weird and the wonderful, scientists are breeding cleaner cattle in an effort to slow climate change. Find out more after the break.
Bula, kera mai singatoka, kera ndo talita kana varorong na radio Fiji-Japan and domoy viti.
Ayaw na rin siya. Uti kombinasyon mo tikola ndo talita kana radio Fiji-Japan kina domoy viti.
Ayaw ko yazo silitale, nagurara may nawamanyi, nandunga. Gitu talita gini ang gitu pinasibale, nagudurong varorong na radio Fiji-Japan na domoy viti.
Na radio Fiji-Japan na domoy viti na bonga ni BNN.
In new media, the Axon M phone has two 5.2-inch displays that fold out, offering interestingly new ways to navigate your phone and watch content. It's weather time now with Angie.
Hello there and welcome to the Weather World. Hope you had a wonderful hump day. We're nearing the weekend, so yeah, let's get ready to roll. But there's a low pressure disturbance, which is why we're having such moody weather. Taking a look in the west, there were a few thunderstorms which turned to cloudy skies. Eastwards from Pakaba to Suva, a humid day to begin with showers rolling it to cool it off. And up north, after a few showers, the day was all good. At sea, northwest to southwest winds 10 to 15 knots with moderate seas. And for the tides, high tide tonight will be at 9:32 with the low tide tomorrow morning at 4:03. Sunrise will be at 6:22. For tomorrow, we're looking at possible heavy showers, so don't forget to tag your umbrellas along even though you have been all this week. Tomorrow's temps, the west will be warm with highs of 30 degrees. And looking further on to Friday, more showers are likely. And that's all from the FBC Weather World. Jackie.
Well, thanks for that wet report, Angie. In Fiji on Pulse tonight, we asked, should the government limit the number of cars imported into the country?
Government should limit the number of cars coming in because there's too many.
Yes, less cars coming in will mean less conjunction or traffic.
Government should make a rule so at least this will ease the huge traffic on our roads, because at the moment the traffic is terrible. It takes at least 2 hours to get to work from Nusori.
As green gases go, methane is one of the worst. Pound for pound, it is much more damaging to the atmosphere than carbon dioxide, and a good portion of it is emitted by domesticated cattle. Scientists have been working for some time on ways to cut that methane production as a way to help reduce global warming. Recapping the main stories, political parties must practice transparency, says AG. Monster teacher found guilty of rape, and normal service continues at Lautoka Hospital following fire. For these stories and others, you can tune in daily to our sister radio station Gold FM. To our poll question this week, we are asking, do you think enough is being done to help rape victims? Visit our FBC website to answer. Before we go, our shot of the day, it comes all the way from Lekutu in Boa. The beautiful sunset sent in by Maggie Teki. You can send us newsworthy pictures and videos on email fbcnews@fbc.com.fj or share it with us via Facebook page FBC News. You can also follow and tweet us your news tips at FBC_news or simply hashtag FBC News. That was the FBC News for tonight. From the team and I, stay safe. Good night.
Bula, keron mai singatoka, keron do tali taka na varorong na radio Fiji-Japan and domoy viti.
Ayaw na rin siya. Uti ko minasong buti ko lang do tali taka na radio Fiji-Japan kina domoy viti.
Kaya ko sila tali, naguraramay na omanyi, nando nga. Gitu tali tagi yang gitu kena sebale pun nangguntur rongo, barong na radio Fiji-Japan nando may viti.
Na radio Fiji-Japan nando may viti na bonga ni BNN.